real cheating stories, unveil the truth. Don't miss out. Subscribe to Cheating Stories. 19 years gone in one conversation. Update. Sorry in advance, this is a long one. A lot has happened since my first post. She is in full-blown panic mode. Recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder where her white blood cells are attacking her lungs. This causes asthma attacks that normal medication can't correct. The only drug on the market that controls the condition has a copay of $13,000 after her Medicaid. If I didn't have really good health insurance through my employment, there isn't any possibility of her being able to afford it. She is trying everything to reconcile, even setting up couples counseling. We made it through 2.5 sessions. Explains why she came clean on partial truth and wants to fix things. Counseling went the way I figured it would. Every session was all about everything I had done wrong. Ever, including my working 50 hours each week to make ends meet because she has partial disability and doesn't work. I'm not saying that I'm perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Everything was brought up, including our 2 children. Well, except I was informed that the mention of her date nights was off limits. About halfway through the 3rd session, the counselor looked her in the eye and asked if you have such a high-power radar to detect what everyone else is doing wrong. Point that radar at yourself and tell me what you do wrong. The proverbial shit hit the fan. My Starbucks started yelling at the counselor and wanted to know why she was attacking her when we were there so she can fix me. After a few minutes of back and forth, my Starbucks stormed out crying. The counselor told me that my Starbucks has a deep hatred for me, and I don't think this marriage can be salvaged. So basically my response was yup and nope. I informed the counselor that I appreciate her time and we won't be back. She offered me individual counseling. I informed her that I probably would in the future and proceeded to tell her about the taboo topic. It's needless to say, it didn't surprise her and confirmed her suspicion. Needless to say, the entire trip back to the house was about what a quack the therapist was. I've basically been on autopilot when I'm at the house. I refer to it as the house because it isn't a home anymore. I've moved into the spare bedroom. As far as I'm concerned, I may be married, but I no longer have a wife. If she didn't need good medical insurance coverage, she would still be on the hunt. I don't need to track down to get the whole story. I live in a small community of less than 900 people. I commute to work in a bigger city daily. Monday of this week, while at the only grocery store in the community, guess who ran into my Starbucks? None other than the blind date guy. Small towns, right? It was bound to happen. I was at the end of the aisle when he walked up to her. He is a small guy, maybe 5'9" and 150 pounds. She had her back to me and didn't realize where I was. He asked her out again, right in front of me. She did decline, though. That's when I walked up. I asked him if her was the guy she went out with about 2 months ago. He asked, "What's it to me?" I backed him up against the shelves and told him that I've been her husband for 19 years. I thought he was going to soil himself. I'm 6'2" and 250 pounds and muscular. She tried to get me to back off. I growled at her to shut up. She just better listen. Immediately, she started crying. He told me that he was told she was single and begged for me to not kill him. I asked if they fucked. He swallowed hard and said yes. She cried harder. I told him to never let me see him again. He apologized for everything and basically ran out of the store. Her app outed her by being in the wrong place at exactly the perfect time. If it hadn't been him, I would have eventually ran into Inch to get the story. Needless to say, most of the time I'm on autopilot. It's as if all emotion is gone. I have to fake happiness while I'm with my children. I don't know if it is an emotional self-defense mechanism to keep things from falling further apart. I know I should be in some kind of distress over this. One day, it's going to hit hard. I no longer trust the things I know to be true. Do my children really love me? Or do they love the things I give them? Do my parents? Do they only love the fact that I got good grades in school? Never got into trouble? Always had good paying jobs. The only thing I'm certain of is I can't stay in the sham of a marriage. I get up, go to work, barely eat or sleep. The only people I've told about this are strangers on the internet. I have no one to talk to about this. I go from one day to the next pretending I'm normal. Maybe my Stebuckshoe was right. The therapist does need to fix me. That was another real cheating story. Please drop a line in comments. What do you think about it? I wish you a great day.